Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine Alnabli. I'm a registered dietitian from Orange County, California, and I just got off an amazing discussion on Clubhouse about sugar addiction from the Quantified Self and Biohacking group, and I would just like to recap some of the points that I touched on. One of the first ones was why we crave sugar. So in this discussion, we talked about all things sugar, Sugar 101, addiction, cravings, what happens biologically and physiologically that kind of exacerbates that craving. So the first question I want to ask, and touch on is, why is sugar even a problem? I mean, it's actually arguably one of the biggest problems that we have. It's not only extremely addictive, but it contributes to our visceral fat, which is the fat around our organs, our belly fat. It can actually harm your gut microbiome. It can contribute to diseases such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, liver disease. It ages you, and it actually negatively affects your immune system, which is so important right now. In this discussion, I really focused on the addictive nature of sugar, and it really is an addictive substance, just like heroin, like cocaine. It lights up those same centers in your brain and produces a large amount of dopamine, a neurotransmitter that's associated with pleasure and reward, that's going to make you want to keep having those cravings. So what exactly is a craving? It's really rooted in the regions of the brain that are responsible for your memory, for your pleasure and reward. So some of the reasons that we actually crave sugar, some of the top 4 reasons why we crave sugar, is emotional, intense feelings of happiness, sadness, frustration, loneliness, anxiety, boredom, stress even. If you have any nutrient deficiencies, you're not eating a really balanced whole foods diet, that can make us crave those sweet sugar processed foods. And environmental factors like your stress, your sleep, those all really contribute to whether or not you're gonna be having those cravings. What are the 5 factors that actually contribute to sugar cravings? Number 1, blood sugar imbalance. So when our blood sugar levels run low, your body perceives fuel to be low in the body, and it's going to correct by trying to get some of rapid acting sugar to increase your energy and your fuel. The second is imbalanced meals and meal timing. So often we will go long periods of time where we're not eating, and that can actually cause our blood sugar to drop drastically low, and the body will actually overcorrect by increasing your blood sugar. So you're gonna be getting those cravings. So the best meal plan to go to if you're looking to sustain your energy and sustain your blood sugar is by eating smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day that are balanced, that have a good source of fiber, a good source of protein, a good source of carbohydrate, and healthy fat. And I say that because carbohydrates, if you eat them alone, whether, if it's simple carbohydrate or sugar, it typically digests in 1 to 2 hours. Protein, on the other hand, or fat, that takes about 3 to 4 hours to digest. So by pairing your carbohydrate with either a protein or a fat, it's going to prolong that period of time before your blood sugar drops. So if you're having your blood sugar is kind of like this, we want to keep it steady throughout the whole day to prevent those cravings. So by having those balanced meals, eating about every 3 to 4 hours will be really beneficial. Again, I touched on stress. So when you're under stress, whether it's from work, kids, finances, relationships, it will cause your cortisol level to increase. And your cortisol is your stress hormone. So when we have high cortisol, the liver actually releases glucose into the bloodstream. So it may not even be the diet that you're eating that's causing your blood sugar to rise. It could simply be you are so stressed out, or even your lack of sleep. It takes one night of bad sleep to negatively impact hormones that regulate our hunger. So our 2 hunger regulating hormones are ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin is actually our hunger hormone, and leptin is our satiety hormone. So that's gonna let us know when we're full. So if we have a poor night's sleep, if we're stressed out, those are all gonna be out of whack. And you may come to find that the next day, even after you eat, you're still hungry because those hormones are out of balance. So making sure we get really good sleep at night is going to be key to help with those sugar cravings. And then lastly, dehydration. Hunger and thirst produces similar sensations in the brain and make you think that you're hungry all the time when really only all you need maybe is water. The problem is thirst is actually a poor indicator of hydration status. Once we start to feel thirsty, we're actually 1% to 2% dehydrated already, and that can impact our cognition, our hunger, our energy, body temperature regulation, so we're less likely to make those healthful food choices. So I just wanted to end with giving 15 healthy tips to cut back on sugar. Some you may have heard of, and some may be basic, and some might be ones that you may want to try and implement. So avoid processed and refined foods, avoid drinking your sugar, so skip the smoothies, the sweetened beverages, eat a macronutrient balanced diet full of fiber, protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats. Avoid hunger by eating more frequent meals, smaller, more frequent meals. Make sure you're staying hydrated, drinking water, lemon water, eating hydrating fruits like strawberries, watermelon, vegetables like cucumber or celery. Make sure to try to manage your stress because we know that's key to hunger and regulating those sugar cravings. So deep breathing exercises, meditation, yoga, going for a walk or exercise, pairing naturally sweet foods like fruits with nut seeds or nut butters, adding sweet flavorings to your food, cinnamon, nutmeg, orange zest, vanilla, those are all have sweet undertones, so that can kind of give a little bit of that sweetness factor. Again, improve sleep. One way I do it is by taking Epsom salt baths. Brings some magnesium into your system and just relaxes your muscles, kind of gets you ready for sleep. Aromatherapy, candles, chamomile tea, trying to distract yourself. I know that's hard sometimes when you have that craving. It kind of goes out of that mind over matter, and it's like a physiological response, a fight or flight response that you want to just like get your energy up. But trying to think of some other things, maybe it's phoning a friend, maybe it's taking a shower, maybe it's going for a walk. But whatever it is, it has to be something that works well for you and that you're gonna wanna do. Supplementing with minerals or just making sure you're getting these minerals in your diet, calcium, magnesium, chromium, and zinc are going to be key. Eating fiber-rich foods to keep you feeling full for longer, keep your blood sugar steady, because by adding fiber, that will actually decrease your insulin from rising. So you'll have more steady blood sugar, and that can be from flax seeds, ground flaxseed, chia seed, fruits, vegetables, and then consuming higher protein foods, beans, lentils, legumes, protein powder, and eating bitter foods. So that can actually help shut down the receptors in the brain that crave sugar. So cruciferous vegetables like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower. Going for a walk after a high carbohydrate meal can actually help bring down your blood sugar fairly quickly. And some of the other types of little hacks that I like to do myself is I will incorporate bitter melon into my diet. I put cinnamon on lots of food, add lots of like spices to my meals to create more flavor profiles and things like that. So, and make sure to drink your water and know that it's not always just a mind over matter issue. It can really be physiological. So looking at your whole lifestyle, your sleep, your stress, the foods that you're putting into your body, we want to make sure you're eating nutrient dense foods. Think about what can I add to my diet to help increase my energy, to sustain my energy, to make me cognitively and mentally clear in order to tackle my day. So those are all really important factors, and hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight on sugar craving. That's a little recap. If you have any questions for me, shoot me a DM, happy to help. happy to answer any frequently asked questions. Stay tuned. I might do another little IGTV just on frequently asked questions. So shoot me a question if you have one in the DM. All right, thank you.